why not? So yeah, Digimon Ghost Game, episode 26. It's a Campbell house after all. Except not
Campbell
really.
Mansion.
Campbell Mansion, except the mansion doesn't eat people, it just houses a cannibal.
Not even, because...
Yeah, it's not even a cannibal, is it?
Digitomamon's not a human.
Yeah, like it would only be a cannibal if Digitomon was eating other Digimon, which, I mean, alright, has that been a thing?
Yes.
Yes?
I don't know if it's been a thing before this, but the 2020 reboot, there is a Digimon that's going around and it's eating Digimon.
Okay, that's pretty good.
And it's doing that so it can get stronger.
Because I know that, like, friggin' Tamers had the whole data absorbing thing, which I guess is kind of like that, but not really.
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda, sorta. So yeah, I do want to point out, I was just glancing on YouTube and I saw someone posting like a review of this episode. It was something like, oh, Digimon Ghost Game episode 6, like, one of the new Digidestin's allies betray them! Or something. And it's like, the thumbnail is just like freaking Samba and Goramon just standing in front of like Kano Weissmon with his back turned. Like, he's like turning against the group.
Nice clickbait.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you know what you were doing. You knew exactly what you were doing here.
That's probably the same person who's like, oh, look at this Agumon. Could it be? It's like, no, it's the Black Agumon.
It's...
That we still don't have any answers for, but whatever.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about the Agumon fossil that everyone made a big deal out and that meant nothing because it's just a little background reference.
Nah, I mean the episode where Gulus Gamamon appears, and at the end of the episode, we just see a Black Agumon.
Yeah, it says something like Blackmore Greymon returns. Oh god, like I've done too many quote-unquote Digimon clickbait videos as a joke to take this type of thing seriously at all.
Yeah.
It's like every time I do Digimon clickbait, it's like an obvious, like, just gag that doesn't even get clicks because people see the obvious gag and they just go like, oh, I don't care about that.
That's stupid, yeah. But yeah, we do get something interesting with this episode. It's not too much, but we see the digital world for the first time.
Oh yeah, just straight up. And there's just like, well, I probably should have got a pickup, but there's just a bunch of what look like black towers around with like markings on, like, digital script just going down them.
The implication seems to be that that's where they're going to like store and like read knowledge and stuff.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know if this is what, like, a book is in the digital world, or if this is some, like, artifact they're investigating. I feel like we might get an answer to that, like, eventually. This seems like it'd be something that'd be really important.
If we ever get to the digital world.
I mean, we've got to, right? Like, after all of this, how could we not?
Who knows? But yeah, apparently Angoramon and Digitomamon are friends back in the digital world.
Yeah. Which is very contradictory because Angoramon is fluffy soft and like Digitomamon is rock hard. Just all the time, as Ruri points out.
Yep. She's like knocking on his eggshell body and just like, oh wow.
Yeah, you really are rock hard. And he's like, I'm actually harder than rock. And boy, is he not joking.
Yeah. Considering Digitomamon's an ultimate.
So, Digitomamon's an ultimate, and this feels like one of the only times so far where an ultimate has actually felt like a proper ultimate.
Yeah. And then at the very end doesn't, because it's like, whoa.
Yeah. Because we, like... That's the whole thing, because they do the fight and they crack the shell, and that's, like, enough to give them the edge.
Yeah, like, Kano Weissmon, like, damages Digitamamon, and then Simba and Goramon finishes him off, and it's like it's just so surprising, because it's like, whoa, because it looks like he cuts him.
Yeah, I basically does, if, like, because I'd have to watch it back, but it looks like, he, like, slashes him with his big bladed, like, rabbit ears, and that's how he does it.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, that seems like it does, like, a spin.
Yeah. So I saw, like, a theory on Twitter before I saw the episode, because it's like, I see people talking about it after they watch it, and I don't get to it till later. But it's like, oh man, this episode, it would make a lot of sense for this episode to be what leads to his next evolution looking like wild.
Yes. Yeah, I can see it, yeah.
Like, Simba and Goramon kills, like, his old friend from the digital world, and it's like, yeah, that would probably have an effect on him.
Yeah. Thankfully, unlike the original, like, adventure series, if you die in the real world, you're not just, like, screwed forever. You actually do turn back into an egg, but still.
Yeah, it seems like either you get sent back to the digital world, or somehow, like, your data makes it back.
Yeah. Although we don't know if there's a primary village or not yet. We have no idea how that works.
So yeah, we jumped ahead of, like, really far, but there's like a couple. It's like a couple living in this house, and they go downstairs one night because they hear a sound, and it's Digitamamon, like, rooting through their fridge, and he just eats them.
That's the thing. It's like, I feel like this is kind of both the blessing and the curse of, like, having a sort of horror-themed plot. Because you have to take time to set up the mystery and, like, set up the atmosphere and stuff. So there's, like, a lot of time just spent on, like, setting up, like, like, that this house is, like, has, like, it's something that just killed a family, and that's, like, Digitamon killed the owners, and he's, like, slowly luring Ruri in, and, like, they're, like, setting up the backstory between him and Angoramon and their friendship and stuff. And they're, like, slowly working towards the point where, Digitamamon can, like, get Ruri in a position where he's gonna, like, eat her and, like, build that tension so that the fight can happen.
Yeah. And it's like, they're, like, going around this house, like, finding sand all over the floor, and it's like, huh, that's weird. What's up with that?
That's the thing. It's like, it's really well done. I really like this episode a lot, but can very easily be summarized as Digitama eats a family, and then he just gets a hunger for human flesh. And then, like, he tries to kill Ruri, and they have to beat him.
Yeah, it's like, oh, humans are delicious. I'll eat you all.
Yeah. There is something that someone pointed out that was kind of interesting, which is that it's like, there's been a big deal on how, like, exactly Digimon materialize, and that, sometimes it's from, like, high emotions, or, like, from them, like, feeling negative thoughts or whatever, or, like, doing different things. And in this case, Digitamon just seemed to materialize, like, for no reason at all. Like, it just happened at random. So people are speculating, like, oh, is there someone that's, like, causing this, or is this just sort of like, just like, it just happened for the sake of it happening?
Yeah. Or was it caused by Digitamamon's hunger, or did this cause Digitamamon's hunger?
Yeah, because I'm assuming that it's like, because Digitamon being hungry is, like, a big plot element of the episode, obviously. It's like, it's the reason everything happens.
Yeah, he's just like, I materialized, and then I started feeling really hungry.
I'm just assuming that's, like, because he's an ultimate, right?
He's gotta eat a lot.
Yeah, he, like, materializes, and then it uses a ton of energy, and it's like, okay, well, I need, like, food to replace my energy, and then, like, the couple walk in, and it's like, alright, I guess you will be food now, in, like, a panic because he freaks out.
So the way the way he describes is like the first time was an accident that just kind of happened, and he's like, oh wait, that's great, and then he eats the other person.
Yeah, it's like, he materializes and then, like, the family just sneaks up on him and they, like, seem freaked out and he, like, panics and just grabs them because he's hungry. And it's like, alright, like, weird response, but kind of understandable, for, like, a Digimon.
Yeah.
When you just accidentally, you're just innocently chilling out and you just innocently do a cannibalism and you just find out you like it. Like, the second one's a bit more like, that's not as excusable, Oh, man. But yeah, he just sort of eats the family, and he's like, alright, gotta find more people. Hey, Angormon, you're fine if I just, like, eat your tamer, right?
Hold on, I just thought of something. There is one part of this where I was just like, oh, that would make a really, like, kind of scary moment. And it's that Digitamamon is like, oh yeah, there was like a something upstairs that looked like a small human. You want to come see it? And I was like, oh my god, did they have a baby?
Oh god. Is that like the exact... Is that what they say? Because I don't remember.
Yeah, he says something like, there's something that looks like a small human upstairs. And I'm like, whew.
God, just distract Rui with the little brisk dolls that are, like, in the sand, and then while she's distracted with the sand, you grab her.
Yeah, but I thought Digitamamon was like, didn't understand what a baby was, and I thought there was like a live baby that had been left behind after he killed its parents.
Oh yeah, that'd be like Darkoon for this show. Holy crap.
Yeah, I was like, oh man.
Oh,
and then it's like, no, there's like a bunch of dolls up in one of the rooms, and it's like, okay. Although the first thing would have been way more like, it's like, okay, that's pretty good for like the series that's kind of supposed to be like a horror thing.
Oh man,
that's pretty scary, kinda.
Oh, good thing it wasn't that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are a big fight. Yeah.
That would have been like interesting if Ruli goes upstairs and there's just a baby and it's like, whoa, hold on, what's happening here?
What do we do now? It is really funny that it's like, alright, they start the fight, and it's like, of course, everyone's like beating on Digitamamon and it's doing nothing. And Digitamamon just does one move and Gormon's like, oh crap, don't let that touch you. If it touches you, your heart will stop.
Yeah, nightmare syndrome.
Yeah, they does another move and he's like, oh crap, don't let that one touch you either. If that one hits you, then like you'll lose your memories or something.
I'll scramble your brain or something.
Yeah, I'll scramble your brain. And then it's like, oh jeez.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so don't get hit. Got it.
Don't get hit, and also this thing is like indestructible. Man, it's like everyone's just like blasting it with all they've got and it's doing nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to see you, like you said, like an ultimate actually feeling like an ultimate, and not just that, but like also seeing why Digitamamon is an ultimate. Yeah,
this might be the strongest Digitamamon has ever felt in anything.
Yeah.
Friggin' like, wasn't Gamamon just straight up like, just starts opening fire. He gets to the point where he has the gun like right next to the eggshell and just blasts him point blank and it does nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, jeez. Just not even like a flinch, huh?
Yeah, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
This and then it's like, alright.
Yeah. This is why we should have been holding back on the ultimates until we were ready to handle them.
Yeah. I thought we were going to get the Simba and Goromon evolution this episode, but Hero shows up and he's like, oh, okay, nope, I have an ultimate, let's do this.
Yeah, I'm still glad they gave Angoromon the kill. Because it's like, yeah, of course, right? You know, it's his episode. It's his moment.
Yeah, it also has good potential to, as I said, lead up to why his next evolution is like feral looking.
Man, that's gonna be super interesting. Like, holy crap. I'm like, I really hope you're right about that, and they like actually continue on with this next episode, and it's more of like a two-parter, because that'd be really, really good.
Yeah. Also, I don't know why, but it took me kind of to this episode. Well, not really, because I think I always liked him, but it's like, Angoromon's my favorite of the three rookies.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, and Gormon's pretty good.
Like, I don't know, he's just a good character. He's got a good design.
Yeah, he's just a little, like, fluffy, lumpy guy, you know, he's, like, kind of the smart tech one, you know? That's not tech one, but, like, the, like, knowledgeable one, you know?
Yeah.
Like, his champion form is really cool.
Yeah, and we find out why, and it's because even in the digital world, he was, like a seeker of knowledge along with Digitamamon, and it's like, oh, that's why he's so, like, learned.
I feel like I still have, like, a soft spot for Jellymon, though. Like, Jellymon and Kyo all the way.
I like all of them, but Angoromon's my favorite.
It's like, Jellymon's really fun, and Goremon's, like, just a genuinely good character, especially in this episode, holy crap.
Yeah.
And, like, Gamamon is just baby, but there's, like, a bit of mystery to him that makes him more interesting. Because it's like, okay, but what's this baby boy hiding, though? Oh, man. That's something that people have pointed out that they really like about Ghost Game so far, is that, like, all the Digimon partners are, like, their own characters, like, very distinctly.
Yeah, I think it helps when the main cast is just a few characters and then their partners.
Yeah.
I think, like, that's probably why Tamers is so good.
Man, I do really like that the fight starts and, like, a police officer just shows up for 1 second to be like, hey, what are you kids doing here? And Kyo's like, oh crap, and he just does the digital field shift.
Yeah, which makes me wonder how they got away. Did they, like, leave the mansion before disengaging it, or what?
I'd assume so, yeah. The cops just saw them disappear, and then they just, like, didn't know what to do with that and left, I guess.
Yeah,
there is so much weird stuff regarding Digimon that it's like, again, how does nobody notice any of this?
Like, that's like, people kind of have, but they haven't put things together, which is wild because Digimon are willing to straight up tell people what the deal is, just like straight up.
Yeah. Remember when, like, a literal god Digimon, like, enters the real world? It's like,
a literal, like, sovereign just shows up and was going to, like, they freaking nuked Kyo's dorm with lightning. Because he was screwing with all bank accounts in the city.
Yeah, by that point they had transformed it to, like, the hologram world, but still, like, there's a good amount of time where he was flying through the city, probably in plain view.
I forget if he was, like, realized or not, you know, if he was, like, materialized.
I don't know. It still is crazy.
Oh, man. Remember when there's the big crazy kart race with, like, all the Digimon racing at night, and they're just, like, plowing through traffic and, like, murdering people? And people are still like, I don't know, what's a Digimon? Oh yeah, that night was weird, I guess, but what, was that a thing? Is that not a promotional event?
I mean, wasn't the road completely empty for some reason?
When the heroes do it, yes. At first, no. You see a car explode, and you see a guy in the car.
Yeah, that first time, of course. But yeah, I mean, on, like, the really big one at the climax of the episode.
Oh yeah, that time the road's just mysteriously empty.
Yeah, that's goofy.
Oh, we can't worry about it. We gotta just, like, gotta find a way to make it work. If we have to dodge traffic, this isn't gonna work, is it?
Yeah, the road is just mysteriously empty. Don't worry about it.
Man, I'm trying to think back to like all the other, because there's been so much stuff.
I mean, the Vegemon is the craziest one.
Yeah, Vegemon's the big one. God, cause it's like friggin' like Seal Spawn just killing things at night, you know, whatever. Like, that's ignorable.
He's also only targeting Digimon.
Yeah. Was the one where it's like the fighting game and people are just getting sucked into their computers and turned into alcohol and like no one sees this happen or like anything?
It seems like it only happens to people playing solo, and then by that, with that, the police would just be like, "Oh, people are disappearing."
Yeah, a lot of people just go missing, and it's just like, alright, I guess this is just normal.
Yeah, except for the people who straight up die. It's like, holy crap.
Oh, man. Like, just, like, people should know by now, right? They should know.
Yeah, this series has like a weirdly high body count of innocent people.
Oh, yeah, I actually love it a lot.
Yeah, it's like,
I am all for the high body count we've seen.
Yeah, somehow the Myotismon's victims come out of it okay, but it's...
Yeah, it's just weird, because that was almost not the case in the original series.
Yeah. Then this one is like, oh, Digitalmon eats them, and then they turn into sand.
Myotismon somehow just suddenly has the lowest body count in the series.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild.
Well, actually, no, it does drain people. Well, no, because he just turns them into vampires, but they turn back. Yeah, no one died.
Yeah, when he leaves, like, the bats that are, like, controlling them or whatever leave, and they turn back to normal.
Oh, man, that's wild. Holy crap.
Yeah, there's only certain Digimon that are killing people.
So, yeah, just see the next episode preview.
If I did, I don't remember it.
Next time, something water. And you see water just form like a person, and it turns into a Digimon, maybe?
Right. Yeah, we might get more body count with people being drowned.
Oh god. If Digimon drowns someone to death, that's gonna be effing wild. That's gonna be the wildest one of all.
Wasn't that like part of the scene is like water extends out of something and like envelops somebody's head?
Oh god, maybe.
Yeah, next episode might be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It also might be a Jellymon episode.
It might be, which would be like, I kind of just waiting Gormon to get his ultimate already. Like, I want him to just get the thing, because I want to know what it's about.
Yeah.
I guess if they do it next episode, that'd be good timing, because I'm, like, feeling that way.
I just think it's going to be crazy if they don't go to the digital world until after they all get their ultimate forms.
Man, you know what what Lamortmon's skill is in the effing card game?
Who?
Effing Angormon's evolution.
Oh, no.
When Digimon, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. End of attack once per turn. When this Digimon, delete the opponent's Digimon vowel. Unsuspend this Digimon. When attacking, if you don't have a tamer in play, lose 2 memory. It is a wild, self-destructive effing monster. It's like so uncontrollable you lose resources when it fights, and it like exists only to kill things. This is like more brutal than like Skull Greymon's descriptions.
Dang. I mean, didn't you just say, like, it doesn't get the negative effects as long as you have a tamer card?
As long as you have a tamer card. Oh, man. So that should be fun. That should be a lot of fun. So yeah, I guess see you around.